Have you ever gotten an email written entirely in capital letters? Did it feel like the sender was yelling at you through the screen? You're not alone, and there's a fascinating history behind why we feel that way. It wasn't always considered rude, you know. Let's rewind the clock a bit. Before computers, we had typewriters. Most early typewriters didn't even have lowercase letters. They were clunky mechanical beasts, and typing in all caps was just ... typing. It was the only option. Think about old telegrams or military communications. They were often in all caps for one simple reason: clarity. The machines were imprecise and capital letters were easier to read, reducing the chance of misinterpretation, which was crucial for important messages. Then came the digital age. In the 1980s, the internet started to become a social space with bulletin board systems, or BBS, and Usenet groups. These were the early forums where people from all over the world could chat. This was a brand new form of communication. We didn't have emojis, GIFs, or even bold and italics to convey tone. All we had was plain text. So, how did people show emphasis? How did they express excitement or anger? You guessed it, they used all caps. If you wanted to really stress a point, you'd type IT like this. It was the digital equivalent of raising your voice. But just like in real life, if someone is constantly raising their voice, it gets pretty annoying. It feels aggressive and demanding. Slowly, a set of unwritten rules emerged, what we now call netiquette, or internet etiquette. One of the very first and most enduring rules was, don't use all caps. It quickly became the universal sign for shouting. Using it for a whole message was seen as overwhelming, hard to read, and just plain rude. It was like walking into a library and screaming your book report. This social norm solidified as email became the standard for professional and personal communication. In a business context, clarity and professionalism are key. All caps text is physically harder for our brains to process. We read by recognizing the shapes of words, and lowercase letters have more varied shapes ascenders like H and D, and descenders like G and P. A block of all caps text is just a uniform rectangle of letters, which slows down reading speed and comprehension. So, when you send an all caps email today, you're not just being loud, you're also making your message harder to read and potentially signaling that you're angry, unprofessional, or unaware of basic digital etiquette. It can create an unintended negative impression before your recipient has even finished the first sentence. Of course, there are exceptions. A single word in caps can be great for emphasis, like "this is amazing." Or it might be used for an acronym like NASA. But a whole sentence, or worse, an entire email, that's a definite no-go. Stick to using italics, bold, or just well-chosen words to make your point. Your colleagues and friends will thank you for not shouting in their inbox. It's a small detail that makes a huge difference in how your message is received. So, the next time you're tempted to hit that caps lock key, remember its journey from a practical necessity to a digital faux pas. A little netiquette goes a long way. Thanks for watching. If you found this interesting, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more dives into the fascinating world of digital culture. See you next time.